Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu ala rasulullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. We're continuing, inshallah, the Matn Ashmawiyah by Sidi al-Shaykh AbdulBary Al Ashmawi Al-Maliki Al Ash'ari Al-Sufi. And we are back with this, we're still under the nawaqid, of course, of al-wudu. And we took al-ahdath, but I do want to add about the ahdath, of course. So with regards to what breaks the wudu in the Maliki school, we have probably the easiest way of looking at it compared to other schools, for example. And it really comes down to three pillars. It comes down to three pillars. So here's the ta'rif. Al-kharij al-mu'tad min al-makhraj al-mu'tad ala sabil al-sihhati wal-i'tiyad. You might get a little different variation, but meaning the same thing, or even just ala sabil al-sihha, for example. But so what is this? So al-kharij al-mu'tad is what comes out naturally, min al-makhraj al-mu'tad, from the place that it naturally comes out of, ala sabil al-sihhati wal-i'tiyad, on the way that is natural and well known. So what does this give us? So for example, if blood comes out of the privates, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy, that wouldn't break the wudu. Or like hasa or a dude, stones or worms, that wouldn't break the wudu, for example. And so on. So this ta'rif really helps in knowing what breaks the wudu, and it is probably the easiest, I guess, classifications, and it's going to help you a lot if you memorize it. It's three pillars there. So again, it's what comes out naturally from the place that it comes out, that is natural, on the way that is natural and well known. Yes. So continuing on, we are on the asbab. Again, asbab is the plural of sabab. These are causes. They don't necessarily break the wudu in of themselves, as in you might be asleep, for example, and you might not have a nullifier with regards to being a hadath, like passing wind or anything. But because you aren't aware, this would actually break the wudu. So these are things that lead to breaking the wudu, so they break the wudu because of that. So here we have the first one, fannom, sleep, and it's thaqilun, or firstly, huwa ala arba'ati aqsam. We have four types of sleep. Alhamdulillah, what's good about this primer, it lists for you the numbers. We mentioned, of course, the author began by saying that the nullifiers are two types, and five were listed. So we have five ahdath, and from there, three of them come from the front, two of them come from the back. So it's easy to, especially for the beginner, to really visualize these types of things, and to have and numbers really help for a lot of people. So here we have four types of sleep. The first one is tawilun thaqilun yanqudul wudu. It's the long, deep sleep. This breaks the wudu. Then you have the qasirun thaqilun yanqudul wudu. Aylan, this is the short, deep sleep. This breaks wudu as well. And then you have the third one is qasirun khafifun la yanqudul wudu. This is the short, light sleep. This does not break the wudu. And then fourthly, tawilun khafifun yustahabbu minhu al-wudu. This is long and light, and this is recommended to make wudu from. Okay, so ultimately it's going to be thaqil or khafif, and what breaks the wudu is thaqil, which is the heavy sleep, the deep sleep, whether it's short or long. But these are technically the four types of sleep that are possible. And okay, so the tawil thaqil and the qasir thaqil, both of these break the wudu. Okay. And so what is the thaqil? And what is the khafif? So thaqil is you're not really with us anymore. If someone calls your name, you don't answer. You drop your prayer beads or your phone, for example. But the khafif is you are able to answer your name. You're still there. Your eyes are closed, but you're not asleep, right? And some modern terms you might say knocked out, passed out, like you're just not there. It could even be a minute or two, right? So, and then when you have the short light, this doesn't break the wudu. But note this this important detail here, that the long and short, or afwan, the long and light, this type of sleep, it's recommended to make wudu from it. And this is because of mura'atun al-khilaf, one of the Maliki principles there, that other schools wouldn't make that necessary, make wudu necessary from that. So we have this here that it's mustahab to make wudu from this type of sleep. Again, it's tawilun khafif, which is going to be a long, light sleep. So another question might be asked is, what is the difference between khafif and thaqil? It might be relative, or what is the difference between qasir and tawil? What is the difference between qasir and tawil? So qasir translates to mean short, and then tawil translates to mean long. What are the differences? Again, it is relative. It really just would be, I guess, what the people that you live around, what they would probably consider to be. It wouldn't be necessarily like, okay, a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Like, probably just be more with regards to the customs, what the people would consider to be short or long. But that wouldn't be the same for the heavy versus light, because there's a clear difference there that you can measure. Again, you either are present or you're not present. No. So those are the 4 types of sleep. And then from there, وَمِنَ الْأَسْبَابِ الَّتِي تَنْقُضُ الْوُضُوء, and from the asbab, these causes, you have zawal al-aql, and the removal of the aql, the intellect, the mind. There's a barrier with regards to the mind. In the 3 ways, there are 3 types that are mentioned here: bil jununi, wal ighma'i, was sukur. So al junun is it's a state of and there might be some medical terms, but it's insanity, losing one's mind. The mind is not there, and some, of course, have this permanently. And some might have like episodes of it, but this breaks the wudu, and this breaks the wudu by ijma', by consensus. There's no disagreement in that. And then after that is al-ighma', which is fainting, right? Fainting. This takes the same ruling as well, and this also breaks wudu by ijma'. And then a sukur, being intoxicated, whether it's halal or haram. We're not looking at that at the moment. Being intoxicated breaks wudu by ijma' as well. So, and these of course come after sleep. And sleep, generally, there's an agreement about sleep breaking the wudu, but you'll find different classifications and understanding different details of the sleep. But here the Maliki, they have their 4 types here, and ultimately they just say, okay, it's either going to be thaqil or khafif, right? But others might, they have like sitting, or are you laying on your are you laying down? There's different like details in other like schools, for example. But here we have a easier way of looking at sleep. And next time we'll do the 3rd category. So we did the ahdath, we did the asbab, and next time we'll do the 3rd category, which is neither hadath or sabab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.